Oh, hi. Welcome back to Ordinary Decent Gamer. And we're out in this fabulous weather. Why would you even need to play video games inside when you can come out and enjoy this? You can always just play them outside instead.
Well, if we can't play games outdoors, why not play some outdoor games inside? Now I'm talking more specifically about the horse games genre, one marred by terrible graphics, poor gameplay, and many glitches. Now people still bought these games, really just horsey people, and my sister was one of those people. They promised excitement, horses, mystery solving, horses, daily tasks, more horses. Did I mention horses? Well, horses were a big factor here.
We couldn't help but mock these games. They were just so terrible. They lagged so far behind from a technology standpoint, and perhaps even further in the storytelling department. Saddle Up with Pippa Funnel was released in 2005, the same year the Xbox 360 came out, and the year that gave us greats including Call of Duty 2 and Psychonauts. As you saw in the intro, this one is giving me nothing but problems with the beginning. Most of my computers are 64-bit, but the installer was 16-bit and refused to open, so I had to find my 32-bit machine.
Just for you, I'm going to be suffering through a few of the horsey classics. And let's begin at the beginning with Nicky the First Adventure.
Released in 2001 for PC and Mac, Nicky the First Adventure is a mystery-solving adventure game with a few horse-related tasks thrown in for good measure. Shady Pines, a private riding school and stables owned by Carl and Anna, has been experiencing some strange goings-on, and Carl is worried about the potential sabotage before the big show in the Globe Arena in Stockholm.
Let's get this out of the way.
The game starts with our heroine, Nicky, having a nightmare about a car crash caused by a shadowy figure, and interrupted by a phone call from Carl from Shady Pines. One of the first things you'll notice is how handmade the game feels. Nicky looks very different from shot to shot, as do other characters, and I apologise for the sound quality, the game just wouldn't play a sound properly. She's called in as a fixer, and apparently she's done this sort of work before.
Is this, Nicky?
Seriously? She answers the phone with, "This is Nicky," and he asks, "Is this Nicky?" This is some top quality writing here, people. Well done.
Listen, I'm sorry to be calling so early, but I've had some, problems at my riding school lately, and...
And she's showing everybody me underwears.
You must be kidding, underwear. I got the picture.
Yeah.
They said if anyone could help me, it was you.
Okay.
I have your address. I'll honk my horn when I get to your place.
Why would you go with Carl on a whim to a place you've never heard of?
Goodbye.
Also, he knows where you live, and you're not alarmed at all.
Helmet and boots.
But Nicky does go with Carl, and she's brought to Shady Pines. Of course, triggered by the forest around Shady Pines, she ends up having a flashback to the nightmare she had in the intro sequence. What could it mean? She pours her heart out to Carl, explaining that it probably stems from the fact she was adopted, because logic,
Yes.
and he simply replies, okay,
now
we're here.
getting closer.
And that brings us to the top-notch menu screen with a quality dance track. Let's get this started. The interface uses this weird slider and appears to provide a 360-degree view around the yard and other scenes. It feels more like an interactive educational experience rather than a proper game, but otherwise it's just a standard point-and-click adventure.
No.
Nicky overhears some sort of suspicious telephone conversation Carl is having, but he lets you use a sweet computer, so
Nicky,
I guess it's all good.
Come in.
Let's open up that ever-popular internet browser, Netscape. Yes, a good choice. That will never age. People will never forget Netscape. Now let's just read everything on Carl's desk for good measure. Oh no! He's in terrible debt and completely dependent on the show going well. That probably rules him out of being the saboteur even after that shady phone conversation. He wouldn't sabotage his own horses if he needed the money from the show.
Hi.
It's just Sophie, one of the riding instructors. Where the hell she came from, I have no idea. Now to some actual horse riding.
Boy. Just move up.
Seriously? Seriously? This is the best you can do? You made a horse game and made the frickin' worst horse riding experience ever. I just cannot be asked, and there's no motivation whatsoever to actually do this. I don't progress, and I don't lose anything by doing this stupid horse game. And to the tack room, with some of the weirdest and most androgynous children ever, Joel and Freddy. Freddy being the precursor to Freddy Krueger, of course. Now for more minigames. Horse tack knowledge. I have no clue whatsoever, so let's just skip over these.
Sinister figure.
Whew, it's just a handyman.
You scared
Better than the Candy Man, I
Changing
guess.
a light bulb.
I think I'm supposed to use this photo album to find everyone I need to speak to. Why I need to talk to absolutely everyone, I have no idea, but it's probably just because Nikki hasn't got a fucking clue as to what's going on.
Coming out here with
And here's Carl's wife,
I saw
Anna.
you standing here
Where's she
with
been
her.
hiding all this time? Her house has like 3
I'm
rooms that
Anna.
I can see. I'm sleeping in a room that's not connected to any other room. I don't know what's going on here. So I've stumbled across this barn in the forest, and now I'm betting against weird-looking kids, as you normally do. And more mini-games. But this time, it's an actually passable game of darts.
You're better than I.
Oh, that's the most derpy face I have ever seen. If there was ever a more sinister-looking bloke, I haven't seen him. And waiting by the damaged fence, eh? It's a tad suspicious. Come on, Nikki, that gap's all of a foot wide. Can't you just, I don't know, step over it? Why exactly I even want that scrap of paper is beyond me. I assumed initially that I needed to cross the bridge to get to the other side and to get to the town, but you never get to go to Shady Pines itself, so... what's the point? And why didn't anybody repair this bridge? Another annoying feature is being called back to Shady Pines for supper at the end of the day, which means you have to walk back, click back to your previous location in the morning and go through the same lunch packing routine. This side of things is just really annoying, and I guess for little kids it's okay because then they get to do the daily horse tasks, but I was just trying to get through this as fast as humanly possible, so it just started to piss me off.
Good morning.
I usually like to troll Julia with all the junk
Oh
food.
my god.
She wants you to pack a healthy lunch, so just grab everything.
No. Oh my god. Yum,
And that right there is one of the only things I remember from Claire playing the
Yummy,
game. Yummy, yummy.
Yummy.
I know rumors are flying about me, but anyone can make a mistake, right? It was all a long time ago. I was young, dumb, and in love, I guess. I never meant anything serious to happen. The horses seemed to be all right afterwards in any case.
What the hell were you doing to the horses, Jack? I thought this was supposed to be a kid's game.
Nah, it was me and Ella who... She was so beautiful, and I had the idea that she... That was
An
long
actual
ago.
woman. Oh,
I
that's
was
not so
still young
bad
and
then.
great.
Whoa, what was that noise?
Ah! Stop jumping up at me, people! Is there something behind me?
Carla, what's happened to your hand?
Then we run into a shady meeting between Carl and some homeless guy.
Sebastian, our nearest neighbour. You know, I just can't understand how he could be Jack's father.
Well, Carl, when a man loves a woman very much,
And the homeless guy transpires to be Jack's father. He seems to want to take over Shady Pines. Ah, it's a roving gang of mumblers. They're the worst.
Why are you hiding here? You nearly frightened me to death.
We just wanted to be by ourselves.
yep, the first place I think of when I think of romantic is a creepy old barn with the wreck of a car involved in a fatal car crash.
So anyways, Jack calls and tells you to meet him at the bridge for some reason or other. He then cryptically tells you he thinks he knows who's responsible for the sabotage, and then leaves before revealing any helpful details. Bravo. Bravo. Real helpful. Then Sophie happens again, and with a face like that, how could you not be suspicious? Anyway, she left up a scrunched up note from Sebastian, Jack's dad. Good thing he signed it too, otherwise we mightn't have any evidence.
Good thing I murdered John and nobody knows anything about it. He was just about to tell the police that I murdered Dan, but in order to stop him, I murdered him. Yep. Make sure not to scrunch up this note and leave it on the ground because I'd definitely be caught. Adam Douglas.
Oh, no one followed you.
Another shady meeting, I guess it's called Shady Pines. With the money and a gun this time. And some sinister words exchanged. We better call Carl and tell him the situation. Sophie is involved in helping Sebastian to sabotage something or other. We're not quite sure yet.
Listen carefully.
I guess the horse show because
I know who's behind everything.
they want Shady Pines for some reason or other. Is it so lucrative? I don't know. They seem to have a very small number of students, and the students are incredibly weird. Nikki commandeers one of the instructor's sports cars and undergoes the zombification process. Seriously, what is up with this illustration? What's wrong with her face?
And there's
Did she
the
turn
glow.
into a horse?
If I could just find... I can't quite reach down there. now I should be able to let...
Been snooping around here ever since you got to shape. Going to do anything, Nikki.
What are you doing?
Stop her! She's trying to inject the horse with a drug.
You'll never catch me. You'll never catch me.
Sophie plus bucket plus rug equals profit?
You'll never...
But come on, we've got to hurry.
You should never have got involved in this, Nikki. I saved your life by the rapids 20 years ago.
Ah, we saved the day.
There. Listen, are you ready?
Yeah. We
What?
warmed up and
All of this was so they could have the Easter Bunny ride a reindeer horse. Seriously, what the hell is this?
Riding tango from Shady Pines.
Seriously? Who thinks of these things? It wasn't a good ending, it wasn't a good story. Some of the mystery solving bits were mildly entertaining, but it was so goddamn repetitive. You just had to keep going around the same places, exploring and talking to the same characters, trying to figure out what the hell was going on, and then they just solved it for you anyway.
There was no skill involved. All you had to do was visit every area of the game in each segment and occasionally interact with a few objects. It's annoyingly repetitive with utterly unlikable characters and didn't really resolve the whole nightmare thing. I think everyone else except Nikki figured out that she was the baby in the car crash and the dead people were her biological parents. How can you work as, I don't know, an equine private investigator, seriously, and not figure that one out? It was pretty damn obvious. God!
Well, this is Nikki's first adventure, but it's also going to be her last. I'm the Ordinary Decent Gamer. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.